My name's Shy, and this is going to be my first makeup tutorial on YouTube, so let's get into it. First, get your hair out of your face. Pull it back, put a headband in, however you put your hair back. Or if you don't have hair, here we are. Alright, you need moisturizer before you do anything. I use a hyaluronic acid lotion. It's a moisturizing cream for your face. I use this little thing that comes with it it's a tamper-proof thing, but I just use it to apply. Oh, it's cold as... It's cold. It's very cold. Oh, that is very cold. And it's not like this was sitting outside or anything. It's right here in my front room, same place I am. Whew. It's refreshingly tingly. Alright, don't have any jewelry on, clean hands. And I like to rub it in with my fingers. That way I know that no product is getting lost. Not when it comes to my moisturizer. Rub it down the neck. Rub it up the face. Alright. There we go. That's so nice. It feels so good. Alright, give that a few minutes to dry. Always want to let your product dry before you try to apply more product on top of it. It's dry. Next, primer. Primer for your face. Some people use a spray-on primer. I use a beauty blending stick. It is clear. It looks white, but it's clear. I put some under the eye. Always got to have some there on the nose. And then around the edges of my face. And then chin, cheeks. You can't see it, but I know where it is. I can feel it. It does feel very heavy at first. Yes, I know it looks like I'm being so forceful to my skin. I'm mean to my skin. I'm gonna need more. I have a lot of pores that are big, genetically. There's been nothing I could do about it. This that you see me putting on helps to kind of fill those in so that when I go to put on my foundation and my concealer, it doesn't just sink in and I don't have this very bumpy looking, cakey, pores showing makeup. Does it work perfectly? No, I don't get an airbrush finish. I'm not that good. Should you pull down? No, you should always move it up. But I'm not perfect. I am not a beauty influencer. People just like the way that I do my makeup, so I'm going to show them how I do my makeup. Okay, now that that's on and taken care of, you got to do your concealers. Everybody's concealer is different. Where did I put mine? Hold on a second. Okay, so that beauty blender stick that I use is called a Blur Stick from Maybelline. And my concealing process is Wet n Wild. Normally I've got a purple in here, but it's like they quit making the purple. And I'm over here like, but I need that for this and this. Because purple covers brown. Brown or yellow will cover your purple spots. Green neutralizes the red, and your white is a highlighter. So we are going to start by getting rid of the redness. It's a huge problem for me, and something I'm really, really self-conscious about. I use my finger to apply it. Yes, I know that's not exactly what we're supposed to do here, but it is what it is with me. Again, I am not a beauty influencer. I'm just a chick that enjoys makeup. And that green really does take out the red. Like, pretty well. My redness starts to disappear as soon as... We're going to use the finger. It works better for me. I'm trying to use the beauty sponge for it. But that's what I really just use for my concealer. Or my foundation. Whatever you want to call it. Back in the day, it was the same thing for us. Now we just blend it out better and pick better colors for our skin. But back then, man, it didn't matter if it was orange. You put it on your face, and there was a line. We don't do that anymore. I have a lot of redness to my face, and I am really, really self-conscious about it. I'm not a huge fan of red spots on my face. Let's go in and handle those under eyes. Oh, I'm looking all kinds of scary. Yes, I know I can put this on after my foundation, but I like to take out of those dark spots before I go in to cover them, personally. This helps me have a nice, solid base without having to do all this after I put on the rest of it. Okay. We don't want you. Go away, dark spot. There are a lot of them. I don't mind my freckles, but the really big dark spots bother me and make me feel self-conscious. So I cover them before I even mix my foundation. And yes, I mix it. I use the lid from another one of my foundations. So it's already got color in it, but that's not the color that I use. If you've ever watched me on a TikTok live, you'll know that's not the color I use. I have to make my own color because they don't sell my skin tone in the stores. I use a combination. This is just a Laura Geller New York. It's a really, really dark almond. Clearly, that is not my skin tone. But I use a little bitty drop with my Wet n Wild Dewy. And I skip a couple of dabs in there and I mix it up. And I add more dewy until I reach my skin tone, which is several shades lighter than the dropper that I used. Like about 1,000,000 shades later. I don't know if you noticed or not, but I'm pretty pale. I try to add a little bit of color to my skin tone with the foundation, but I don't want to add a lot because I've got a very fair complexion. You want your neck to match your face. A lot of people will use their inner corners of their wrist to match the color complexion. Don't do that. Put the lines on your neck. When you're testing foundation, put it on your neck. That's where you want to see it match up. Not your wrist. They're similar, but not the same. Alright, here we go. Did I mix the right color? We're going to find out. I did. And you can see. It's not going to stay this pale. I will add dimension back to my face. We're going to make my lips disappear. Why shy? Because I build new ones. I use the same shape. But it's the best way for a seamless foundation is to just go ahead and cover the lips and then remove it from the lips later. Always blend your foundation into your neck. Do not leave what we refer to lovingly as a whore line. Get your nose. Do not leave your nostrils looking like this. Use the tip and get in the creases. Get it everywhere. Right up to the crease of the line. See? Take it all the way up to that water line. Dab around. Make sure you cover all of your face. Up your hairline is important. Do not leave a line between your scalp and your foundation. Try to keep your face relaxed while you do this, because if you're raising your eyebrows constantly, you're going to get creases. It's hard for me. I am very expressive. All right, so we've got that on. Gotta let it dry for a second. That is really, 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 really important. If you don't let it dry, you go to put more stuff on top of it, it's just gonna around. Some people use a setting spray at this point. Some people use setting powder. I just let it dry on its own. If I were gonna go out into public, I would use a setting spray to set all of this in. It'll take it a minute. That's okay, I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. It's dry. So, I use a Pro Contour Pro Fusion contour palette. I prefer powders. You might like creams better. Try them both out. But it's, for me, I have to contour for my face. So, the best thing to do is figure out the shape of your face and then go look at pictures of where your contour is supposed to go for your face. I'm pretty basic when it comes to my contour. Like, I had to experiment. I had to figure out day to day how it was supposed to work. It's not easy. It's not simple. Don't let them lie to you. It takes practice. I still struggle. So I'm going to look in my mirror instead of looking at you guys so that I can get it in the right spot. But I'm going to be looking down here. Okay? Okay. So, best thing to do, put that contour right under the cheekbone because you want to add depth there. You can kind of see where my cheeks sink in slightly. I'm pudgy. I'm trying to accentuate that area that has depth. All right, here we go. Do not come all the way down. Unless you are going for super dramatic camera makeup or taking pictures, filming, or you really just want to look out there, then you can. But you want them to be equal. In approximately the same spot, same angle. This side over here needs a little more in the length department. All right. Then we get a little more on our brush. Some people use a fine brush and really shape and contour their nose and change it. I just put a little powder on the outside to add the shape back to it. I like my nose. A little on the end. Like I said, I like the nose that I have already. And take it up into that brow bone area, right up into the socket, because that's where your nose extends to. You follow that lining of the bridge of your nose. If you don't like the shape of your nose, let me know in the comment section and I can show you how to change that at a later date. Alright, I follow my hairline when it comes to contouring my forehead. I put a little bit right here on each side of the widow's peak. Right? It's not a lot. And then I put a little right here at the temples, right up by the hairline. Why? Well, when we go to blend it, we want to blend our face into our hairline. We don't want two separate entities. Your face should match your head. Okay? Face and head should meet up. Alright. Different brush to blend. Flat tip, wide, soft bristle. We don't want to be rough with our faces. Get you some decent soft brushes. I'm blending that right along my cheekbone and then a little bit down. Just kind of shaping the face. And then I round it up into the temple. I'm pulling already makeup there because you don't want to use too much makeup on your face. When you step out into light, that's going to look like a shadow. And then you blend this in. And I'm just pulling product that's already there over and across and into the hairline. I'm not adding more than I need. And then we're going to blend this one. Gently, gently, gently. Little circular motion. But keep it tight against that cheekbone. On that top line. Don't go up into the cheekbone. Stay under it. And this creates an angle on your face. Don't forget to blend your nose. So important.
Shoppers take their seats elsewhere. Indeed can help her hire great people fast. I need Indeed. Indeed you do. Instant match.
I have depth to my face again. Alright. Then I take... This is the part that I can't have set up in front of me because it'll fall apart. I get a very small brush. Very thin brush. And I grab a little bit of that contour and get in my Cupid's bow. Just a little bit. And then blend it. And then you need a little bit underneath that bottom lip to add depth and dimension back to it. Don't leave your lip natural. And a little line right underneath your lip.
So these are your work vehicles. They're more than that. They're my favorite employees.
Just a tiny little bit. And then... And blend it. See? It looks so easy. It takes practice. Be patient with yourself. If you don't get it right the first time, that's fine. Get a makeup wipe, wipe it off, try it again. If you decide you don't like this part, don't do it. Skip ahead. Just do the eyeshadow. We're also going to add a little oomph to my nose here because I have a natural lift to my nose and I like it. I think it's cute, but you can't see it because I took everything away. So I just create a little arch. And I take that brush again, and I dab it. Very, very lightly dusting. And I have my nose back, and it's the nose that I love. It is my nose. It's no one else's nose. But again, you can change the entire shape of your nose using contouring. Alright, I'm still looking a little pale. Why? I don't have blush. But Shy, you worked so hard to get rid of the redness. Yeah, I know, but now we're going to add a different kind of redness. This is a chosen redness, and I like it. It's more of a pinky, and it follows the shape that I want it to. So, start at the cheekbone. Right on the apple. Dab, dab, dab. Right on the apple. I need more. Make sure it's even. Even amounts, that is. It may not be evenly spaced, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be. Clean your brush out. You can clean it out however you want to. I just kind of have a little rag that I wipe mine on. And then I wash them at least. I'm trying to get better at washing them. You should wash your brushes, at least once a week. We're not going to talk about how long it's been. Alright, grab that from the apple and start dabbing it up the cheekbone. It will move slowly. Try not to wipe, but if you get impatient, dust it. And you can pull faces. We do. We go. I'm impatient, so we're going to drag it up. I usually dab it on, but I wanted to show you, you have to get it on that apple. That highest part of your cheeky cheek there. Alright, so from there, you also still want to make sure that you add a little bit to the chin. Just a little bit. I need to add more to the brush. Gotta have a little bit on the chin. Just a little bit. A tiny, tiny bit on your brush. Add a little redness to the chin, a little to the forehead. This is my face. This is how I like to do me. You might be different. Alright. So, what do we do next? It's my favorite part. It is something that brings me so much joy. Highlighter! Highlighter. So the highlighter, the blush that I used was Color Workshop blush. Really, easy to find. The highlighter is the Mega Glow Highlighter Illuminance from Wet n Wild. It is part of their limited edition crystals set. This was part of a gift from a very, very good friend of mine. If you've been on my TikTok, you've heard me talk about Gigi. Gigi is a life force. She is so amazing and brings me so much joy. Alright, I'm going to be having yet again a different brush. It's shaped like this. Is this a highlighter brush? No, it's not. Does that matter? No, it doesn't, because this is how we do things around here. Where you put your highlighter is where people are going to look on your face the most. Know that. So I like the very, very tip of my nose, right? And then right down the middle of my nose, right here. I don't take it all the way up into my eyebrow. Sometimes I do. And then, where did I put you? There you are. We're going to hit the highest parts of our cheek bone. Right along the edge of the eye. Down into the cheek. That's where I like to hit. You might decide you want somewhere different. Experiment with your highlighter. See where you want your face highlighted. That's you. That's your decision. You may not want to use highlighter. You might be like, you know what? Not my thing. I don't want to glow like Rudolph. That's okay. You don't have to. I like to put a little across my cupid's bow, once again. I like to accent my lips and my nose. And then the cheekbones thing pulls my face at more of an angle. I have a very, very, very chubby face. Look at that. I need to blend that a little bit better over here. Hold on. Hold our horses. We're going to back this Soul Train up because I got a spot issue over here. I'm going to have to get a little aggressive. You want things to line up and be even. That looks better. Alright, I'm going to show you real quick what this would look like in more natural lighting. Okay? Ring light, go bye-bye. I know, right? It's still looking kind of scary. Like, what are you doing, Shy? Well, let's turn down the ring light. Let me show you what I'm doing. I do my makeup for the screen. That's why I've been checking my mirror occasionally. And I like it over here. It is a bit extreme, but once you see what I do with my eyes, you'll understand why it's so extreme. My eyes are extreme. Alright. I said something earlier about the lips and how, we're going to go in and we're going to fix that. This is how we fix that. Okay? What I'm about to put on is from Sephora. And it is called Dragon Fruit. And it is a sugar lip scrub balm. The sugar is going to take all of the concealer off of my lips and allow me to pick where my lips are. I follow my natural lip design because I got great fucking lips and I know it. Is it gonna look crusty and weird? Yes, it's a sugar scrub. It is going to moisturize and we're taking off a lot of dead skin too. It looks so crusty and rusty and dusty. I promise you, they're not. They were a little dry this morning. That happens. Remember to hydrate. Hydration helps your skin more than anything. Not gonna lie. Alright. So I mentioned earlier that you can go in and do concealer after you do foundation and contouring. And we are going to do a little concealer to brighten up the underside of my eyes. Okay? Give me a second. Give me a second. Alright, that's the one I want to use there. We're still learning this new palette that I've got. So, for younger people that don't have heavy circles under their eyes, a lot of people tell you to put the triangle here. I'm older. I have saggies and baggies under my eyes. I put a tiny bit, tiny bit, and then tiny bit on the inner and the outside. I don't need a lot because I already did this beforehand.